Greetings. How is everybody? Yeah, there's a lot of this energy that's just kind of everywhere. it's certainly kind of everywhere, and so it is. And I understand. Actually, I really don't understand, but I kind of do. I kind of understand where these official people are coming from. It's just what it is. They got demons working in them. They're trigger demons. It's not that big a deal. I would say, with everything that's going on, we have to look at the past and learn from it to go forward. It's just what it is. There's not much that we're going to be able to do about the past. It's just what it is. It's just one of those things. It's one of those things. So, and when it comes to official people, they trigger me as much as I trigger them. Yeah, I can remember helping someone out one time and then getting pulled up. I didn't use my blinker. It was a sad thing. I didn't use my blinker, and they talk about this body jumper, and it's what it is. You can't explain to someone that this has nothing to do with me. It was a typical setup. It was a typical setup. Arrested, put on probation, and it's like, well, I was just helping someone out. Well, you can't help everyone out. And I fully agree. I can't do anything about that probation officer either, who was arrested for sexual assault while I was one of his probationers. I can't do anything about that. Don't be touching your probationer's titty. It's just what it is. I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about that. And I can remember thinking, man, there's some really weird magical shit going on when everything's pretty much magic. But there was definitely some very weird things going on. I remember going and talking to a Patrick Buchanan. There's a lot of that energy about the Pisces, INFJ Mystic scaring the shit out of people as a child. And I wasn't even really a child. Young adult, I guess. Young adult. That's what it was. I had an appointment to go see a dupter, and the dupter told me that maybe I was just an asshole. And I thought, well, that's what it is. I feel other people's shit, and when you're surrounded by assholes, chances are, as a clairsentient, you're going to feel like an asshole most of the time. That's why we enjoy being by ourselves. We don't have to feel assholes all around us. It's just what it is. Anyway, I can remember coming out and telling Dad, yeah, you know what? Probably not going to be going and seeing that dupter anymore. I don't think he's going to make it in life. And wouldn't you know, the next day in the newspaper, Dr. Patrick Buchanan choked on a piece of meat in a room full of doctors. And they couldn't save his fat ass. Right there he died on the floor. So that's what it is. And then, I got a dad that's shocked. Well, didn't you just tell me yesterday? Well, yeah, it's just one of those things about Pisces. You will witness their karma. That's what it is. They talk about Pisces getting prophetic dreams, things of that nature. They talk about spirit speaking through other people. I can remember one time we were sitting around. It was hanging out on the weekend, and there was a young girl. And I call them jinn whispers. It's when spirit speaks through other people. Or, you got the angel on your shoulder and the demon on your other. They tell you something positive that's going to happen or something negative that's going to happen. Anyway, I'm sitting there and I'm looking at this girl, and she gets, I call it the glazed donut face. I don't know what else to call it. It's when all of a sudden it's like they shut off and then they look at you with this fucking I am completely possessed look. And she did. She goes, Michael Jackson's going to die. And then we start laughing. We're like, the fuck are you talking about? That's crazy talk, young lady. You need to hush your mouth. Guess what? By Monday, Michael Jackson deader than shit. Cold as a cucumber. That's what it is. Anyway, you want to know how Pisces knows? It's just what it is. There's an old saying called, you do you, boo. Spirit brings me my fox news. That's that Empress energy. It's just what it is. That's the high priestess energy. That's what it is. Spirits talk to us, and it's just what it is, through other people. It's called the 7 signs from the universe for a reason. Tap into the signs from the universe, and then you will notice they are all around you in mystical and magical ways. Now, when people are continuously told stop, no, and don't, and they do, they just cross your boundaries. It's what it is. I can't do anything about these things continuously happening. I mean, I've got I got a daughter. Last name's Hicks. Supposed to be Lowe, but her last name is Hicks. Right? Her mother married a guy, dishonorable jailer. It's what it is. It's the dark family secrets. It's like you don't even want to talk to anyone in this community about that daughter, because the only thing they want to talk about is how the boss, the lieutenant, the head motherfucker in charge down at the jail took his service revolver and all over the wall so he could get that money. So he could get that, crazy on the job cash, whatever they do down here at the local HourGlass. That's what it is. So I can understand that, they've got a stigma around Pisces in this community. However, I can't do anything about Hicks causing rednecks to blow their brains on the wall. I can't do anything about that. It has nothing to do with me. What I can do is tell you that Tatum, New Mexico, they were the first storm. They were the first storm. Tatum, New Mexico, that was the first storm. And you ladies are asking what is hidden behind the Pisces moon energy. Well, that would be a Capricorn devil if you're talking about the Hicks clan cult, secret society, whatever that is. And we've already said that. And it's what it is. I can't do anything about that. I'm not concerned with any of that. They're trying to dim Pisces light because it triggers their demons. They probably have a demon inside of them. I don't know. I mean, there's Reiki for reptilian removal if that's an issue. That's an issue. I don't have anything to do with that. I certainly don't have anything to do with the stepdaughter being an earthquake on Mother's Day. It's what it is. I can't do anything about that. These weird things have happened to the INFJ my entire life. That's what it is. And then you go and try to talk to somebody about it. They're like, oh, well, that shit's unbelievable. So you just take those things and give them as gifts for the holidays. They don't believe in your gift. But yet I can give you that shit on the holidays. Go figure. Go figure. It's just what it is. And I mean, you try to talk to Dr. Hawk about human black market sales, selling women on the black market. Try to talk to him about, oh, he thinks you're fucking crazy. And now what is New Mexico's biggest problem right now? Other than a deluge, because you can look that up, New Mexico deluge. At one time it was a drought. Now it's a deluge. So Dr. Hawk, he doesn't even have to and spit on those things. You can just dip them women right in the water before you sell them. So that's what it is. I mean, you've got reader after reader talking about they were warned. That's what it is. We did. We tried to give them fair warning, but they don't believe that shit because we're 10 steps ahead of them. That's what it is. Touch not my anointed, harm not my prophets. Were you talking about an anointing into union with the divine white light? Is that what they were trying to stop? Trying to block that, trying to block out that light? That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. They say God brings the storms because of that. That's what they say. I mean, if you talk to the Christians, now I don't know if you'd want to talk to Barbara, because that would be Lake Isabella's grandmother. That's Hurricane Barbara. I can't do anything about that. She was the first hurricane of the season. And I can remember in the cards last year when Bastet said, do not enter Gemini moon. Now I would be the Gemini moon with Jupiter hidden behind my moon. Bastet said, do not enter, because there were people robbing my foundation. We had went to a funeral. That's what it is. And then come back, and it's like all the investments I made for other people, trying to help people out yet once again. And they did. They just picked, while I was gone for a funeral, they just picked those investments, just stole them. They're destiny swappers. Oh, God, look how good this shit is. Let's just take as much as we can. Since we've done it before, right? And then, I was arrested because of the sending entities or whatever. Same time as Irene Bedford, INFJ Pocahontas. Now, they call it the mystical INFJ or the INFJ Earth Angel or the INFJ, the paranormal INFJ. So, I mean, any of these paranormal activities will always revert back to the paranormal INFJ. So we just have a close relationship with things like that. Terrence McKenna was an INFJ, going to lizard land and shit. It's what it is. But he needed droogs. He needed droogs to do that. And I had a doctor just tell me I was an asshole right before he choked on a piece of meat because he was, 400 pounds? I don't know. I can't remember how big Buchanan was, but he was a big Buchanan. He was. Whole room full of doctors in this community under judgment. Couldn't put the doctor back together again. No, they could not. So it is. However, I was just an asshole that needed medication. I didn't know you needed medication for being an asshole. I just thought you needed to get assholes out of your clairsentient gift. It's just what it is. That was my determination. And it works beautifully. It does. So, yeah, and I mean, you've got reader after reader talking about God bringing Pisces the truth. Okay, tarot reader, the fuck are you talking about? And how does God bring a human? How does God bring an earth angel the truth? I would say if they were trying to block the earth angel, God just said, fuck it, we're going to block Earth. That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about this weird shit. And it's what it is. Who are you going to go and talk to? The people in demon time that are trying to cover up an island full of money men? Money. That's what it is. I look at that situation as a probation officer that sexually assaults a probationer and gets fired. A lieutenant that self-deletes all over the wall at work over some hicks. I can't do anything about that. It's none of my concern, but the shit is still in your cards. And you got to think, those are some pretty strong energies to still be in every fucking tarot reader's cards across the planet around the sun. And they can't figure out how I keep healing from this shit. Well, it looks like God either takes them away for sexual assault, lets them pass out in a restaurant full of doctors. Not even a room full of doctors could save that guy, but I'm still an asshole. It doesn't change. I'm still the asshole walking away, refusing that medication when, I scare the shit out of people. You know what? I don't think that doctor is going to make it. Fucking Dad sees it in the paper and he just looks at me, right? And then I'm that empath that gets your boogeyman, your Scorpio death energy that is all over the cards. Pisces, monster of spiritual protection. Right? The ancestors that don't play, okay, great. That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. They've got weird shit going on. Pisces is surrounded by his ancestors and the angels. That's what it is. You think it's an angelic Reiki master that they went up against? And now they've got angels destroying shit on the planet? What are the seals? Ask your Christians. Ask Hurricane Barbara. What happens when you play with angels? They blow trumpets and then bad things happen. It's what it is. I can't do anything about that. Stop, no, don't. Stop, don't start nothing. There won't be nothing. I can't do anything about that. So they're on demon time. Ask Lee. He's on my Facebook in the UK, currently being tormented by demons. Okay, great. I'm protected from that shit. If he's going through it, looks like it's just another fair warning of trying to help people out. I can't do anything about that. I'm going to continue to call my energy back that was siphoned. Right? They talk about they've been siphoning that energy since I was a child, and I have a waterfall coming back to me. No wonder I'm healing from their unalive magic. Amazing how that works, huh? That's what it is. I'm not responsible for how other people feel. That's what it is. Thank you for the beautiful 5-star reviews. I hope some people got some healing out of the situation before they started creating karma with a life path Pisces sun. That's the house of death, right? So taking you through a QHHT session or a death experience and getting 5-star reviews versus you creating karma. It's what angel therapy talks about. When that life path 8 pops into your reality, it is a lesson or a blessing with karma or dharma tenfold. They chose karma. I can't do anything about people choosing the karma. That's what it is. However, for harmony and balance, I mean, I've made every mistake in the world up to my death chasing this body jumper that everybody's dealing with now. That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. I've got a 5-star client whose daughter is locked up right now because of that body jumper. I can't do anything about it. I can sit here and tell you that the tarot readers talking about it are absolutely 100% on point. I've got photographic evidence. And we have women in Texas that are cooking dogs and blaming it on the 11-year-old devil. And we all know how that body jumper can disguise itself as an 11-year-old. That's what it is. Can't do anything about that. 3 ways the jinn enter the body: heightened states of rage, heightened states of fear, or when you're in your passion. It's a sex demon. Okay, great. So you've got everybody doing sex magic and creating sex demons and blah, blah, blah. It's a fucking genie. That's how they're manifesting with magic. It's jinn magic. It's called jinn magic for a reason, right? They're manifesting with it, right? Okay, great. So what do you have to do to keep that fucking demon satisfied? Sacrifice things to it? Children? Cities? Fucking who knows? Who knows what Shazam can do to your planet? Right? I know that they used Loki and Freya Earth magic. Okay, great. That shit came out in the cards. What am I the low key to? I'm the low key to Reiki, universal life force energy. Right? If it has life in it in the universe, chances are I can probably identify that shit because I'm the key to universal life force energy. There's something in the universe. How does Pisces know these things? That's in all of the cards. That's in all of the Pisces sun. Leo rising Saturn energy. That's the boss of karma. I'm the tower of fucking karma. Tower of blessings, tower of fucking karma. That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. I told them. They were warned, and now they got to fucking ride the storm. Okay, great. That's what it is when you've got readers talking about they left the Earth Angel to its demise while they went off and siphoned the energy for manifestation. And now God has brought the storms, bringing the Earth Angel the truth. Cool. How is God going to bring the Earth Angel truth? You've got Pisces reader after Pisces reader talking about God showed up. You think he showed up on Mother's Day with Lake Isabella earthquake? That's the stepdaughter. You think he showed up with the first hurricane of the season named Barbara? Do you think last year when they were fucking pilfering out of my foundation, he didn't start with Hurricane Milton? Hurricane Milton. Milton, down the street, the guy that used to live at the end of the street that I grew up with. There's stories about how I would follow the mailman. I would follow the mailman. The mailman would come to the door when I was a child, and I would disappear. Start heading down the street. Well, yeah, I was going to Milton's. I didn't give a fuck about the mailman. I was going to see Milton. He built the house. I was grateful for Milton. Fuck, there's a house because of Milton. The fuck has the mailman ever done for me other than bring bills for the fucking place? I'm grateful for those too, until you find out they burned up Tesla's office. So he brought you free power then like that. They don't like giving away. Nothing in the world's free. Isn't that what they told you? Freedom isn't free, especially not when all wars are bankers' wars. So how do you think the men afford kids on an island? That's what it is. Let's bless the cards. Not that I need to, since everything Pisces touches turns to gold. But you can't tell people that. They want to take fucking advantage of it. That's what it is. And then you've got every reader talking about how when Pisces calls their energy back, every fucking thing falls apart for these people. Yeah, that's my spiritual protection. That's what they did. They harvested Pisces energy. Not just fucking one of us. There's lots of Pisces on the planet. They harvested your energy because Pisces has lived every sign on the zodiac. You're fucking slow learners. Or this is your year to graduate as the seniors. Fucking dazed and confused. On the ground, little piggies, fry like bacon. That's what it fucking dazed and confused. That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. All right. My hypothesis in the entire situation is a toxic group of karmic narcissists got together with a plan on how to harvest Pisces, the divine Pisces collective. They wanted your divine essence, your divine energy, your divine protection, your divine gifts because of your placements, your Pisces. If you have a Pisces sun, moon, rising sign, chances are you have control of the light or the dark. Some of us are the sun and the moon. That's what it is. You're not supposed to see the dark side of have you ever seen the dark side of the moon? No. Yeah, because you're not fucking supposed to. So what are they trying to do? They're trying to get the twin Gemini moon to show you his dark side. You're not supposed to see the dark side of the moon. That's stupid. That's stupid to even think that you could, unless I throw your ass to the other side of the moon. That's what it is. Think about that. Right? And then they went up against, okay, cool. So they tell you Pisces ancestors don't play. Cool. What about Leo rising's ancestors? Well, you're talking about past life cult activity around Pisces. Cool. My past lives were horrible. The Order of the Dragon, the Crusades, right? The master becomes the servant. Cool. That servant wasn't in this fucking dimension, right? We went and lived a lifetime, and then you come back as the master. The master becomes the servant, then the servant becomes the master. Cool. We come back and we become the master, the healer, having to prove to the universe that we can heal. And then you've got all these fools that are, oh, well, you know what? We want to take credit. We want to attack this healer. We want to see just how good he can heal. We want to throw as much at him as we can. Spiritual work, voodoo, da-da-da-da-da. Cool. Now that shit's bouncing off of me and going back on them. And, oh, God, look what he's doing to us. No. What you put out goes back on you. They did it to themselves. Most embarrassing shit I've ever seen in my life. Right? And then they wouldn't stop. Okay, great. So who's responsible for that? Is Hurricane Milton responsible for dipping into my healer's foundation while I'm at a funeral for an Aries? Is he responsible for that? Right? Bastet said, do not enter in the cards when I came back. Means don't go back to those people that have email. Their email going out to all of this shit that I paid for out of Gaia Media. Okay, great. They want me to get mad about that? Why? It's free advertising and natural disasters. It's Hurricane Milton. He built my foundation. Hurricane Barbara, I bet she's the one down here at the church that's always running her mouth. It's just what it is. It gives the church something to gossip about. Right? The doctors, they can doctor about Patrick Buchanan. He just told me I was an asshole, and then he wanted to medicate me for being an asshole when I'm a clairsentient, dipped in fucking asshole community. That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. Right? Freaking, what do those doctors know? They couldn't even do the fucking Heimlich maneuver on him. Anyway. That's what it is. You got to think. That's what it is. Karma. They don't believe in karma. They don't believe in God showing up. But you've got every reader on the planet talking about how Pisces, Sun, Leo, Rising, Gemini, Moon, Aries, Mercury, Venus, the God's morning star, secret weapon of feminine intuition. That's the goddess of war energy, right? Decided to be healers. It's better to be a warrior in a garden healing than a healing warrior in a war. So anyway, right, my past life, no one asked about that shit. No one asked about my QHHT session. It's just what it is. They just wanted to go out and do their own thing. Okay, great. Give them something to talk about, baby. God got us all that is. Angels, archangels, ascended masters, the divine white light. I ask it to be a clear and infinite channel for your wisdom at this time, for myself as well as those I do readings for. Namaste. So it is. You got to think, what are these boundaries for? Is it to keep doctors from let me give you medication for being an asshole so I can go choke in a room full of doctors? Or being Dr. Hot that doesn't have to spit on anything in New Mexico, since you can research New Mexico's deluge. The energy is everywhere. That's what it is. See something, say something. That doesn't work for intuitives. It just doesn't, because they can't believe it. They don't have a connection to the Most High. They don't have a connection to their own fucking intuition. They have a connection to the drug rep. They've got that connection. They've got that sourced out. Nothing happens by chance. Everything happens for a reason. There is no such thing as a coincidence. Everything is a co-created experience with the divine. Now that we have reached the three fates and divine intervention and judgment, it's what it is. Everyone is under judgment. God's pissed, right? Bringing me the truth, showing me exactly who he's pissed at. He's probably pissed off at Lake Isabella, California. So that's where the earthquake was. He's certainly pissed at China. They got 900 earthquakes, right? And my entire social media is flooded with Chinese glamour spells. It's magic backfires. I can't. They don't even know what they're doing. You're talking about that catfishing energy on Pisces social media. Yeah, that's what it is. Right? What does that shit cause? I don't know. That's the math. Their math isn't mathing. I'm mathing like a motherfucker. Look at that. 900 earthquakes in China. Cool. I've got at least 900 fake profiles trying to block my business. Do I put any blame on them? No, hell no. I'm not responsible for 900 earthquakes in China. That's a God problem. That's not a me problem. Cards in the upright? No. Cool, we'll flip it around. What is the power on this situation? Yeah, they initiated or attuned to the wrong thing. So you've got reader after reader talking about they have now reached the 3 fates. Those are the daughters of Ra. They're talking about Pisces Sun Ra energy is on your planet, right? So you've got the 3 daughters of Ra, right? Spinner, allotter, and inflexible. There is no flexibility in this karma at this point. It's the 3 fates. That's what it is. It doesn't matter if they come towards the light or run away from the, oh my God, we're sorry. You should have thought about that. Oh my God, we've got to run away. That's what it is. Karma either way. What comes around goes around. What's done is done. What's done is done. There's nothing you can do at this point. It's what it is. I mean, I would love to go camping with the kids. Can't go to Camp Mystic because, you know what? I think they sent unalive Magick to an INFJ Mystic. That's what it is. You can't have a reader tell me the devil is working through Pisces Toxic X. They're doing homeless voodoo because Pisces has a roof over his head and they don't like that. Cool. Well, there's no roofs in fucking Camp Mystic, Texas anymore either. Look at that synchronicity. That's ruffling their feathers. Well, they should have thought about that. Moving forward. Yeah, prayers have been answered. That's what it is. We're taking our power back. Have they been ciphering energy from the sun? Yeah. Okay, they shouldn't have done that. So it is. Have they been manifesting off of the healer's Kundalini energy with every setup in the world to get that healer out of the way so that they can still continue to be greedy? Enjoy your coffin. That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. Masculines in the upright fucking praying for the wrong thing. Imagine that. Masculines in the upright, they are praying to God to let them still bang your children on an island. They are praying to God to still let them siphon energy off of the divine feminine. I can't do anything. I can't do anything about my birth chart fitting the negative feminine mutable. That's what it is. On the emotional side of things, here's my card. Thank you for the beautiful 5-star reviews. So sorry that no one wanted to see you heal. They wanted to see you flooded. They wanted to see that. They didn't want to see the Earth Angel. They didn't want to see the Earth Angel have a healing business. No. They wanted to see the Earth Angel sold off into some kind of human trafficking, and now the City of Angels is on fire. No more sex shops there, are there? Failure. Utter failure on the emotional side of things. That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. They wanted to destiny swap. Okay, great. So you take the whole group of destiny swappers and you let them swap with Hurricane Milton. He built my foundation they tried to take. Let them swap with Hurricane Barbara. She was the first hurricane of the season from the church right down the road. So you guys had Beverly's name off in the cards. That's the family counselor in town that caused my divorce from some same-sex shit. Right? That's what it is. Right? Family counselor attacking the healer with 5-star reviews. Doesn't know what he's talking about. Yet she has already cut her nose off and had a nose job despite her face and has titty cancer. I can't do anything about that. That's what it is. They tell you that everybody that goes up, when the Earth Angel pops into your reality, it is a lesson or a blessing with karma or dharma tenfold. I'm not responsible for the cause of my divorce is titty cancer. No love there. That's what it is. That's what it is. Shit ain't funny anymore, is it? That's what it is. And I bet they are in shock. That's what it is. When you hear a reader talking about Pisces has a connection to the Most High, cool. Is that through Reiki? It's in my birth chart. I have a connection to Reiki in my birth chart. Is it through QHHT, the Dolores Cannon method? Because I use Reiki when I'll tell you what I did. I have no problem telling you how I got my connection to the source. Dolores Cannon tells you during a QHHT session, there's an overwhelming feeling of love in the room. That's what it is, right? And to me, honestly, I don't even feel like I'm that good of a QHHT practitioner, because when I'm calling in the source into you, I'm channeling the shit through me. Look at me glowing. That's what it is. All I'm doing is helping you see pictures in your head. Every question you can fucking ask in a QHHT session, I can already answer. It's like talking to the higher self. To me, it's like tarot. The cards are for you. They're not for the channeler. We already know the message that we're giving, but I gotta see it to believe it. I've got to see the cards. I've got to see it. Okay, cool. That's a QHHT session to me. I've got to see it. And what happens? Oh, I can't see nothing. Well, that's because your fucking third eye's closed. That's because you have no connection to the higher self. Plain and simple. Right? When someone comes in for a QHHT session and they have any complaints about it didn't fucking work for them, yeah, that's because you couldn't relax, let go, come into connection with the source. You were expecting someone else to hook you up with God instead of going to God yourself. Plain and simple. And then that's the energy in the cards. Oh, he's not that good. That's what fucking is. I totally agree. We were just starting out. Everybody in the world wanted to stop and block that shit until the storms came. Enjoy. That's what it is. Every reader on the planet talks about how every time Pisces has an idea, you can't say anything to these people. That's what they're waiting for. They're waiting for Pisces' next opportunity so that they can come in and steal that shit, have their AI chosen ones, da. Cool, those people aren't chosen. None of them. Pick one. Not one of them are Earth Angels. Tell me that they are. Prove it. Who are they? Can you identify them? No. Cool, then you're fucking, that's the blind leading the blind. The whole group, gaggle, hives, herds, they're energy harvesters. Right? What is the problem? Well, I've got energy coming back from God knows where. I've got fucking storms and natural disasters named after people I know for the holidays. I've got the wrong dead dad for Thanksgiving. That shit was in the cards. Thank you, divination. That's what it is. What are you going to do? Do I have physical evidence other than fucking storms named after people I know? No. That's what it is. It gives them something to talk about other than me. That's what it is. We have to go this fucking direction while they're stuck in can't fucking heal Karmicville. Wasting away again in fucking Karmicville. That's what it is. They want to see the healer react. Cool, I'm reacting with storms. Simple enough. Simple enough. You can't deny it. The shit's right there in front of you. It's not like I'm not handing you something that's not already there. You like gifts, don't you? I mean, it's what it is. Did we tap into our divine gifts, or did the divine have to bring you a gift? Look at that. It's what it is. Is there some dark, sinister shit going on the planet? Yeah, they're certainly trying to block the light for some reason. They're certainly trying to do that, aren't they? Fucking karmics. Okay, cool. So what's going on? Yeah, we don't even have to remove that negative energy. The storms are doing it for us. Earthquakes, hurricanes, that shit's taking care of all of it. That's what it is. When readers said the wrath of God was coming, what the fuck did you expect that to look like? And now here it is. Oh my God, it's the wrath of God. Yes, it is. I can't do anything about that. Did they attack the healer? You got readers that have been telling you for a year that attacking that healer that is divinely protected, that works with the Most High through Reiki, I channel. That's what it is. The activation symbol with Reiki that's 2,500 years old. Fucking older than your Bible. Older than any of your bullshit. Okay, great. So when I dropped that activation symbol on the source through a class I took, Transcending Consciousness with the Buddha. I transcended consciousness with the Buddha, and I used my technique at the same time. And what do you know? Now we've got a nifty connection to the Leo rising Saturn. Can't do anything about that. The ability to heal. That's what Dolores Cannon said. I work with the Most High. I work with God. There's nothing impossible. I fully agree, Dolores. Everything Pisces touches turns to gold as soon as we can get everyone out of the fucking way with storms and earthquakes. That's what it is. Spirits removing the negative energy. Ego deaths galore. Can't do anything about that. That's what it is. You got to think, that was the energy in the cards all last year, was that they were doing reactive abuse. They were trying to piss the healer off. They were trying to ruffle the healer's feathers. Okay, great. That's what it is. Now I'm handing them natural disasters on holidays because they wouldn't fucking stop. I can't do anything about that. Pisces has the devil working through the toxic X. That means Pisces ain't in that fucking devil energy. It's what it is moving forward. Yeah, fucking people are worried. I would assume so. Karmics in Karmicville are worried. Okay, great. They should have been fucking worried before they got karma. I can't do anything about that. They didn't believe in karma. They don't believe in God, for one. They have no Reiki knowledge. They have no class. They have no class to connect with the energy. They don't believe in QHHT because they can't afford a fucking session. Ask them. They have free sessions available if you go to an intern. Did anyone do that? No. They tell you they know everything from a video they watched from an AI flesh bot that flashes Dolores Cannon's picture. Let me tell you all about Dolores Cannon. Let me put her picture up and tell you all the things that have nothing to do with QA. Let's talk about the Galactic Federation. Let's talk about 3 days of darkness that haven't fucking happened yet. For views, it's entertainment. That's what it is. I see through that shit as a practitioner. That's what it is. And you'll tell someone and they'll fucking argue with, no, I like the message. Oh, cool. What does the message have to do with your past life? That's what Dolores Cannon did, was past life regressions. She was the reporter of lost and hidden knowledge, right? So what is a fucking fleshbot AI harvesting you for views doing? Perfect example. They'll put a fucking Neville Goddard voice, right? That's what it is. Fucking a Neville Goddard teaching. Right? I go in and start looking in the comments, and what do I find? Neville Goddard giving props to Steve Jobs. What the fuck does Steve Jobs have to do with Neville? I had to agree. They were like, unsubscribe. So I have to agree. That's what it is. How are you possibly going to be Neville Goddard giving props to Steve Jobs? Those are two completely different generations. Harmony and balance on the situation? Yeah, the Earth Angel. That's what it is, the Bodhisattva. That's what it is. That's what Alan Watts tells you. The Bodhisattva does not fucking come back and do all this shit over again because they have some dire urge to help humanity. No, you got to help yourselves. We help you see through the illusion, right? However, when you fucking attack one of them, it pisses God off. I can't do anything about that. And then God starts handing this guy natural disasters named after fucking people you know. I don't even know those people. They certainly don't know me. That's what it is. They can't figure it out. Great. I just did. I gave you plenty to figure out. They can't fucking believe it. No, and they never did. They never believed anyway. They never believed in God. Right? I believe in God to hand me natural disasters named after those non-believers. Plain and simple. That's what it is. Now their lives are going to shit. They're running around shocked by what they're hearing. It's what it is. No one will ever be able to look at Isabella again without thinking, you fucking earthquake on Mother's Day. No one will ever be able to look at Barbara again without thinking, oh, well, you were the first hurricane of the season, all over the church. That's what it is. Did they try to send unalive magic to an INFJ mystic? That's what these girls said before Cant Mystic bit the fucking dust. Earth Angel. Yeah, fucking feminine energies. That's what it is. That feminine intuition is that they don't like that. They don't want, you think they want feminine intuition that can see through the bullshit being in any kind of fucking power? That's what it is. Hey, Alan Watts told you, they come through the door to see the great guru, and then he looks at you and they think, oh, he's looking at my deepest, darkest secrets. Alan Watts says, not doing anything of the fucking day. He's looking at Shiva and you. He said, excuse me for using Hindu terminology, but he's looking at the god of destruction in you. You have all these problems. Yeah, you're destroying everything. You're creating your own reality. You wouldn't have those problems if you didn't fucking create them. Moving forward. People are fighting. That's what it is. I can't do anything. It's very, very simple. They do this every lifetime. They're trying to make sacrifices to God because that's what they think will fucking get them through the gates. They don't understand karma, right? They think that to offset their karma of what fucking, okay, cool. That's what it is. Live by the sword, die by the sword. That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about people going to the fuck back confirmation. I can't do anything about people going back to sleep. What's the time on the situation? This fucking new phone. Yeah, that's what it is. I can't do it. Anyway, run the time. I had 40:40 on the clock. That's what it is. I don't have any clocks around. It's called the signs of the times for a reason. Spirit's communicating with you. Did you hear my knock? Did you hear my spiritual knocks on the wall? That's what it is. They talk about Pisces surrounded by angels that give him spiritual knocks on the wall and guidance. Yeah, and then you got Lee in the UK, fucking with feet straight up in the air, being tormented by demons and haunted and poltergeist. None of my shit comes up missing. If anything, I get told to clean the fuck up. It's plain and simple. Cleanse your space, asshole. That's okay. They understand. That's what it is. You got to keep in mind, though. These individuals practiced in a cave, right? Did they have time to clean the bat shit off the wall? Plain and simple. Your reality is based on your thoughts. Spirit is on the case. Make sure I didn't just fuck that up. No. So yeah, what have we manifested in this situation? Spirit, Pisces ancestors. Right? You've got reader after reader, energy reader after energy reader picking up Pisces ancestors. Okay, great. So what would Pisces sun's ancestors be as an angelic Reiki master? You think that's angels? You think that's war angels and shit on your planet? Fuck yeah, that's what it is. And you can't change their mind because they don't have the knowledge. They have no class. It's very simple. From this point forward, when you hear anyone talk about anything that you do, whether you're a singer, whether you're a songwriter, did you take singing lessons? Did you take English classes? Right? Are you a fucking potter? Did you take pottery classes? Right? I don't believe that person's a potter. Yeah, it's because you don't have any fucking class. They're pottery classes to do what we do. That's what it is. Simple enough. Right? Is that going to make them mad? Well, yeah, because number one, they're going to be triggered demons with no class. But yeah, lies are coming out. That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. For every this, there is a that. They keep you sick in a treatment matrix, and I have doctors that have personally exited out of that shit because they were witnessing. They woke up. They woke the fuck up. They woke up and saw what they were doing, the truth that's coming out because there's no profit in the cure. Meanwhile, we're over here healing, accepting the cure while they're keeping you fucking sick and under control. Yes, upside down energy exchange. They chose money over love. That's what it is. What is Reiki? Love's intent to help or heal? Okay, great. Love is the most powerful force in the world and it always wins. Love always wins. Great. So when you're healing yourself with love's intent to help or heal, you think it's going to win over fucking droogs and doopters? Droogs and doopters. What it is. Show some gratitude for the opposition. It's just what it is. What ashes do you think the phoenix is rising from? That's what it is. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Cool. So why is Reiki in the land of the immortals and Okinawa and everything in America is fucking broken right now? Yeah, families, what it is. Calling in our soul tribes. That's what it is. What is supporting the situation? Yeah, people are losing everything. That's what they weren't grateful for what they fucking had. That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. They chose money over love, and love always wins. Cool. They wanted to win at all costs, and it cost them everything. Okay, great. Congratulations. They got exactly what they wanted. They manifested it. They wanted to win at all costs. It cost them everything to win. When they win, they win. When they have nothing. Nurture that. Spirit said nurture that shit. All of the problems that we are experiencing right now are from greedy pedo energy working out of the reptilian brain. Period. manifesting with the essence of a child the same way they're doing all of us right now, harvesting Pisces spiritual energy. Period. Prove me wrong. They don't want the truth coming out. Looks like it just fucking did. Best I could do. So, namaste.